Hey guys, Mr. H again. I'm going to do question number 34 from the January 2023 Regents Algebra 1 Regents exam, and then I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel for you to watch. This is a pretty simple question. This is something that we've been doing like the entire, not the entire year, but for a long time. Basically, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to take this table of values and we're going to create a linear equation from it. All right. So it says the table below shows the number of math classes missed during a school year for 9 students and their final exam scores. Write the linear regression equation for this data set. Round all values to the nearest 100. Right. So we got this table of data, X and Y data, and we're going to create a linear equation because it's telling us to come up with a linear equation. We don't need to check it for quadratic or exponential. They're telling us they want a linear equation. So what you're going to do is we're going to use the spreadsheet, something that we already know how to do quite a bit. So we're going to go here and we're going to use a spreadsheet. This is going to be the X. This is going to be the Y. And then we just enter those data points. There we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 data points because there's 9 students. And we're going to enter the number of days missed 2, 10, 3, 22, 15, 2, 20, 18, 9. Now, it's really important when you're doing these linear regressions. You got to get the data perfectly. You can't make one mistake because that'll throw off your equation. And so you'll be missing a question because you didn't enter the data right. So the next one is 99 and then 72. These are scores. This is 90. This is 35. This is 60. This is 80. This is 40. This is 43. This is 75. All right, so we entered all of those data pieces, right? And now what we need to do is we are going to create a linear regression. Normally what we would do is we do a scatter plot. But the reason that we did scatter plots is because we weren't sure if it was linear, quadratic, or exponential. But because we already know it's going to be linear, we're just going to go straight to it and create that equation. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go menu, and we're going to go to statistics. And then we're going to do stat calculations, and we're going to use option 3. So we just go down to option 3. So it says it's a linear regression, and it's going to be in the y equals mx plus b form. So we press enter. Now we got to tell the calculator, where did we put the x data? Well, we put it in the x column. And where do we put the y data? Oh, well, we put it in the y column. And then after that, we just press OK. And it gives us over here on the right-hand side of this equation or the spreadsheet, it tells us, okay, the slope is a negative 2.81, blah, blah, blah. And the y-intercept is 97.5. And then there's one more thing that we need from here. We need this R value. This is the correlation coefficient, not this R squared, it's the R. So what we're going to do is we're just going to write that down. We're going to have y equals, and we got to round this to the nearest 100. So that means to the second decimal place. So the slope is going to be a negative 2.81. We put an x next to it. And then the b, the y-intercept, is going to be 97.55. So it's going to be 97 plus 0.55. So if you go look at my spreadsheet or my answer sheet, that's what I'm writing. That's the equation. This is in the y equals mx plus b format. We got the m right here, and we got the b right here, and we rounded it to 2 decimal places. So that's good. So this should be good. Now they want to know what is the correlation coefficient, and they want us to round that to the nearest 100 too. So all we do is we go here, back to the spreadsheet. I don't know what happened, but all right, so the R value, correlation coefficient, is a negative 97 cents. So that's what we would write, a negative 97. And this would be 1. And then it's asking us, what does the correlation coefficient mean? So I'm going to try to explain that. So there's another question down here that I couldn't copy on this page, but it says, what does the correlation coefficient mean? And here's what it's trying to say. You see that this has a negative. So that means that these two variables, the x and the y, go in opposite directions. So basically, when the number of classes missed goes up, the final exam score goes down, and vice versa. When the number of classes missed goes down, the score goes up. They go in opposite direction. And it should make sense to you. The more classes that you miss, the worse you're going to do on the final exam. And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Like, if you're missing a bunch of classes, then your chances of getting a good score are going to go down because you're missing so much material. And vice versa, if you're here and you're not missing any classes, that means your score is going to go up. That's what the correlation coefficient is saying. And because it's 97 cents, it has a very strong correlation, strong negative correlation. The more classes you miss, the lower your score is going to be. All right, that's it. That's what this is all about. Correlation coefficient. Let's see how many. Yep, about 6 minutes. That's how you would do it. Let me end this.